Hi, everybody. Coming to you on a Sunday afternoon, coming up on 420. I'm just going to use my website to kind of take you through what's going on and give you the 7 day. We're definitely in a kind of doldrums of summer pattern. I have dry weather, I have sunny weather, I have temperatures that eventually get a little bit warmer to hotter later this week, which will be the only concern I'm really tracking. So, again, my weather site is portlandweather.com. That's my own LLC that I own and operate. Hope you'll bookmark that and use it. So, here we go. It's got individual pages for all the areas that we always talk about. So, at 4 o'clock, 82 in Portland, 82 in Salem, 82 in Vancouver. So, that's nice and uniform. Does anybody know? There's Troutdale 81, Scappoose 81. So, we're all kind of about the same. That thermometer you see in Canby always runs hot. The last 2 days, what did we do? We went 85 on Friday, 83 yesterday, and we're probably going to be 83, 84 for a high today. So temperatures haven't changed much, right in that kind of 80 to 84 degree range. And that pattern, as I'll show you in a moment, is going to continue at least a couple more days. Now, the coast, looking at clouds, there's that live Gearhart by the Sea camera looking at kind of the bottom flat part of Tillamook Head, covered up by clouds you can see, and pretty much all the coast cameras show some cloud cover. And there's the cooler weather. Look at the Uquinta Bay and Newport, only 52. Lincoln City, 63. Astoria, 63. Now, out in the gorge, we're back to sunshine. In fact, the Dalles out in Wasco County might end up hitting 90 today. Current temperature is 88. There is a cooling northwest breeze, sustained to 18, so they've got some decent breezes. Winds are more 10 to 15 by the time you get into Hood River, where it's 81. There's Cascade Lock, so generally a light wind and 77 degrees. Okay, so what is going on? Parts of our state seeing some thunderstorm activity. I'm talking about, let me just blow this up. You can see the bright colors of the storms coming up into southeastern Oregon and then working their way up toward the Wallowas, and there is a storm chance eventually working up into the blues. Otherwise, you've got to get up in Washington, but there are some storms that have popped around Mount Adams, and there's certainly a storm chance from St. Helens up and around Rainier. So we'll keep an eye on all of that. If you live in the gorge and you look up to the north of, say, Stevenson, you're definitely seeing some of these cumulus clouds pop. So that's the radar right now. And I want to go down. Again, this is all available on my app too. Just search Portland Weather in the App Store and you'll get all this wonderful data. So here's the lightning. See the bright X's that are firing up? Pretty much everywhere we saw those bright colors on the radar, heavy downpours, thunderstorms being accompanied with lightning, including up in Washington, the biggest cluster in Northern California, then feeding in southeastern Oregon. So you see a storm front offshore, but everything that's approaching from the Pacific this upcoming week looks like it's going to hold off. And we can see that better by looking at the upper wind flow pattern. So again, here's an upper level low back here in the Gulf of Alaska. There's the Aleutian Island chain right where the low is sitting. And there's the trough. But then you have ridging right here, 576 millibar ridge line. That's holding that off. And notice we're in this weak trough, so there is instability, which is why we're getting those storms, not here on the west side, but as we just saw southeast and even up into Washington. We stay in this kind of general trough to split weather pattern the next couple of days. And Tuesday, the American GFS model shows there's actually a weak circulation of upper level low right over Portland. So if that's true, that would at least give us the chance for some scattered showers and storms Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening if something develops around us. So that's really the only rain chance I'm looking at right now. Starting Thursday, this little trough goes away and we actually get ridging coming in, and then we heat up. And again, I'll show you the 7 day coming up, I think. Am I ready for the 7 day? I am. Let's get to the 7 day. Here we go. All right, so tomorrow, a lot like today, mostly sunny. Could be some early cloudiness. It's a northwest flow pattern. You know, we've had these days where it's been fairly clear in Portland, some mornings where it's been cloudy up in Kelso Longview. Anyway, the chance of some early cloud cover in the forecast tomorrow and Tuesday. Otherwise, mostly sunny, 83, 83. That's kind of where we've been. I did mention, I don't show it on this graphic, but I am watching this upper level low. It's a weak system on Tuesday, wondering if there are storms that pop over the Cascades, for example. Maybe there's something that migrates into the valley. So I will mention a spotty storm chance Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday, sunshine, 85. And then notice what happens starting on Thursday. There's a little bit of a heat up. There's 88, There's Friday 88. There's Saturday 91. And there's Sunday 91. And now we're starting that following Tuesday's July 4th. Let me tell you what the American model shows on July 4th. Tuesday, July 4th, what they call the GFS, the Global Forecast System, which is the most widely used model for American forecasters to put out their 5, 6, 7, 8 day forecast. Shows 96 on Monday the 3rd. This is the actual computer model output for Portland. It shows 102 on Tuesday the 4th. Not saying that's going to happen, but I'm telling you, one of the models is putting that out there. And all of the models that I look at are actually showing heat building to a level we have not seen so far. Remember, we've hit 96 times this year, but we've never been out of the low 90s. All those 90s days have been 90, 91, 92, 93. So plus 20, plus 22 at 5,000 feet, plus 20, 22 Celsius, that is a potential temperature on Tuesday as high as 104. So we'll follow that story. I think this is my wife. Hold on. Oh, it's my folks. I'll call them right back. You always have to answer the wife's phone call, right? Anyway, that's my forecast. So just note going into July 4th, it heats up, and maybe it even gets hotter as we go into the Monday and the Tuesday, okay? All right. Thanks for using my YouTube channel. As always, hit subscribe if you haven't. I'll talk to you soon.